Before we get into this episode, if you've been listening to Wind the Q and getting something out of it, we appreciate it. And if you want to support the show, we've got a monthly support option set up through the link in the description. If not, just listening and sharing goes a long way. All right, let's get to it.
Boots hit the floor, jump in our gear, mask, gloves, door, screaming down the street.
Welcome to Wind the Q, the Stories Behind the Sirens. I'm Lieutenant Dodson, engine officer in Northwest Georgia, and this podcast is about real conversations in the fire service. It's about the jobs, about the brotherhood, and the lessons that we've learned along the way. This one's a little different. No guests, no structure, it's just the guys. So we've got 14 years, 13 years, 4 years, 3 years, 2 years. How long you been here? 19 years. So we have another surprise guest who has stepped in. So we've got the experience, we've had the learning curves, and we've got a lot of perspective sitting at the table. So there is 6 co-hosts here today. We're going to go around the table and let them introduce themselves, say your name, say how many years you have here, and what you think you bring to the table.
Hello, I'm Chandler Wise.
Hello.
I've been in the fire service for about 2.5 years now at a department in Northwest Georgia. And I think what I bring to the table is if you tell me to do something, I'm going to do it. No matter how stupid it is or how stupid I will look, I will do it. 100%.
That's true.
I'm Stetson Mailer. Sorry. I've been doing this for 14 years, and I think I bring positive attitude and a sense of calmness around here. Like to help the younger guys.
Huge, yeah.
All right. I'm Carson Murray. Thanks for having me. I'm a firefighter. Been here 2.5 years. I was in the same class as Chandler. I would just say I'm fairly coachable. So I think it's fairly important for this job.
That's inspiring. Fairly coachable. All right.
I'm Stephen and we both celebrated 2 years with the department. I actually graduated from the class that followed, Chandler and Carson. And I like to think that the major thing I bring to this department is a lot of sarcasm and respect.
A lot of knowledge.
Maple syrup.
Maple syrup.
All right, Mr. Polish, go for it.
Donovan Sawinski. I've been in the fire service for 7 years, and I've been with this current department for about 1.5 years now. I think I provide different perspectives and different ways of looking at different scenes, I guess, what I bring to the table.
All right. Well, tons of experience, different backgrounds, different raisins, different knowledge from, things we've done here and away from here, but pretty diverse group sitting around the table. So let's go ahead and move right into it. What's something that you thought you were going to be really good at this job, and then you found out real quick that you wasn't?
Handling adrenaline.
I agree with that one.
I puke every time.
Yes, he does.
Smells. I think smells ever bother me. But,
yeah. Smells are rough.
Don't like it. If I can help it, I'm outside looking for the ambulance.
Yeah.
Waiting on EMS to get here.
My smell story always goes back to that one we run. That was rough.
Yeah, I definitely thought I'd be better at memorizing medical knowledge. And there's just a whole lot more than I thought goes into it.
Yeah, there is a lot.
Older jobs I had, I was in a manager role, so I was having to take a big picture view of the scene, and I discovered real fast that On my first couple of calls, I got a ton of vision really badly when I got hiked with focused on little things. So
Piggyback on what Stetson says, certain smells, you'd be surprised what doesn't mess with you, but then there'd be that one certain smell that hits you, and you just I gotta get out of the house real quick.
Describe said certain smell. What's your smell that makes you
Warm throat. I think everyone kind of knows that there is a distinction. A warm throat smell.
Yeah.
Fumigating space.
right after the next fire? Just don't come around.
It'll happen. It will definitely happen.
Chandler goes missing. You know what's going on.
But it happens like 20 minutes after we're done working. And he's like,
Everything's
hey,
done.
I'm going to go over and throw up. Okay. Weirdest thing. So there's driving, there's pumping, medical calls, radio traffic. I have messed up radio traffic so many times. Chandler may have been here. Chandler, was you here the night I messed up on the radio and I got like tongue tied? And I didn't even let off the button. I said, dispatch, let me just start over. Like I've done that a few times. It's kind of embarrassing.
My favorite one was Keith. Whatever.
Oh yeah. He got sidetracked too.
I do try to talk as much as possible on the radio because I get nervous in my back.
Yeah.
You got to run it through your head.
Yeah.
If you mess up once, it's over.
I'm going to say this.
Wait till your first scene size up on a fire.
What do you think humbled you the fastest? Like you thought you come in thinking, yeah, I got this. And then you just kind of realized, like, what was the one thing that humbled you? Because we kind of talked about this a little bit a while ago, but at some point I think we realized maybe I wasn't as ready.
Brett Rampley, we were doing in rookie school, and Brett's like 43, I think.
Super old.
Yeah, super like ancient. But he's very he went to college for sports and stuff, so like he's very, athletic. And he beat me in some sort of like race that we were doing, and it kind of hurt my pride a little bit. I was like, okay, I just got beat by an old man. And then also we were wrestling one day, and he ended up putting me in a chokehold, and I couldn't get out of it too. So that I was like, wow, I just got beat up by an old man too. So
Learn what grown man's strength.
Why would you ever mess with Brett?
because we have a friendship that goes past the department, and our families know each other, so I like picking on him, and also because he's old and I'm younger.
But you got to watch the older guys.
You do.
We ain't going to fight fair.
I know.
No, we're too old to fight fair.
I don't know at the beginning, but what'll humble you now is age.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
It's just you're getting older every year, and it gets harder and harder to keep up, stay in shape, and
Sure does, realizing you can't keep up the way you used to. And especially when it's a particular thing you hadn't done in a couple of years, and all of a sudden you think, yeah, I got it. And then you realize real quick you don't. Then you're like, oh, man, I got paperwork. Chandler, take care of that. But everybody walks in early thinking they got it all figured out, and the job fixes that real quick. But I think sometimes we come in kind of going along those same lines of being humbled, but we think just in general, big scope, hey, we got this figured out. We don't. So what are some unwritten rules of the firehouse? This should be pretty funny. Because I feel like there is a ton of things that are not not really on paper.
just do the opposite of what Chandler does, and you'll be all right.
Yeah, you should be fine. Should be fine with that. Stirring up the water in the tank, make sure it don't get stagnant.
Yeah. Find the hose extender.
Yeah. Everybody in here staring at you, Chandler, waiting on you to answer.
I'd say probably if somebody asks you if you've been busy. It's the unwritten rule, so I don't want to say it, but y'all know what I mean.
All right.
You never say the certain words,
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah. Since we're on ship right now, I don't want to say it either.
I got you.
And also because I just hate 10 crystals. So
Yeah, we did have crystals for supper. Anybody else? Some unwritten things? Don't sit down first. Don't be the last one up from the table. Stay busy. Be doing something. Always walk with a purpose. It don't matter if you go in the bathroom. Walk like you're going to do something. Always move with a purpose. And we all have days where we get slack. We come in, we're not 100%, but we try to do our best.
There is another unwritten rule.
Do it.
Do not flip the trash bag open over and over again.
If you can't open a trash bag in 2 flaps, you need to find something else to do. Hey, you're a sick little woman if you can't open it.
Specifically a this shift rule.
It's only this shift. Only this crew.
That is a rule
It goes beyond the department.
wherever I'm working at. Because
I heard about this rule before I even...
Good. I don't know why that drives me insane, but it does. So, what is the most annoying thing somebody can do at the firehouse? I'll go first. It's trash bags.
That's why God only gives you girls and not boys.
That's true. Yeah, that's all I got is girls. They flap trash bags on purpose, though.
I think I could start off with this one. Either just grown men or grown people in general not cleaning up after themselves.
Yeah, some people are
Specifically,
nasty.
like our specific bedrooms or just leaving stuff around. You know, we all, yes, it's your room, but at the same time, you know somebody's coming in after you. You know,
Yeah.
we're all adults here, so
Yeah, we're all dudes,
pick up
so we're not the cleanest human beings in the world, but don't be a slob.
Yeah, if there's hair on the toilet after you get done, wipe it in the toilet bowl. Don't leave it on there.
Thank you for the specifics, Chandler.
We've said this before because we on the weekends downtime we do whatever, you know, it maybe wash our truck or whatever, but we can do whatever, but clean up after yourself. We had a little swap around on shifts a while back, and the guy who moved into my bedroom, I come in for my shift. There's dirty underwear and socks on the floor, and he's gone. And that happened about 2 shifts, and I called him, and I said, dude, you got to do something about this. I pick up after my kids. I ain't picking up after you.
That's right. I'll take you off on my taxes.
Yeah.
Did you smell them?
No, I didn't. Gross.
But I think you just kind of highlighted something there. There are people that, if they have a problem or an issue, they won't say it to your face.
Yeah.
They'll tell everybody else
Except you. That's right. Yeah, that's pretty aggravating, too. Just come to me and tell me. I mean,
I'm not perfect. But
Yeah.
if I make some mistakes, just let me know what I can.
Absolutely. Carson is grinning like crazy. You got something on your mind?
No, I was just going to say when people leave food in the fridge and up the whole fridge for 2 weeks.
Oh, that did stink the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I smelled that.
And
I left it in there hoping y'all would get it, but I mean, I smelled it.
I got to put my food in. It's going to soak up the smell.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's help somebody that may be trying to get this job. So we'll walk through each step and we'll talk about each step. And I don't want to rush through it because I've actually got messages with people who have questions about getting into the fire service and stuff like that. So I want to go through it really slow. So there's a few different phases of the hiring process. There's the application process. So it's been 13 years since I went through and did all this stuff for myself. But as far as the applications, what matters the most about that part? It's kind of cut and dry. There's not a lot of room for whatever, but what matters the most? One thing sticks out to me, but y'all go ahead.
Truth.
Okay.
Always
Being
be truthful.
That has caught up with people before.
Because they will find out. Speaking from experience, they will find out.
Yeah.
don't give an answer that you think is correct. Just give the answer that you're meant to give. Don't try and sound political. Don't just give the answer you're supposed to give. Because they can sense, you can kind of sense fakeness real quick.
Are we talking about like interviews too?
Well, we'll get to interviews,
Okay.
but just that initial, just putting in your application. Yeah.
It's a professional job application. I mean, if you're going to write it out by hand, neat, legible writing. Don't
Yeah.
sparkly.
And this is blue. This
This
is
is a representation of you as a professional before they've even had a chance to look at it.
this is a professional, but also blue collar. You say no. Don't have an email that is silly, and I wish I could remember some of them. Remember Lynn? She would say them. She would just go,
Yeah.
that
I
one's
noticed
out.
that, like when I teach CPR, I have to get everybody's email address.
Yep.
And most of them are like their name at Gmail or whatever. But there's some that I know they've had for a long time because they'll be like AOL.com. And it will be the most
Hey,
random.
Don't hate mine still AOL.
I got an AOL still too, but the most random, goofy stuff people use for emails. That was cool 15, 20 years ago, when they made it. But
I think be on time, be punctual.
yeah, absolutely. A little bit early.
Yeah.
Be ready to go. Yeah. Resumes, make a good resume. Don't just piece stuff together.
And there's plenty of help online, that guidelines and
yeah, and you're not going to have a ton of stuff to put on there, but still make it look presentable. One thing I thought about with it is, and I've done this filling papers out, and it's pretty embarrassing. Like, I didn't do it on my job application here, but I've done it for other stuff. But they give you this application. Well, the first thing on the application is your name. And you have to follow directions to fill this out. And you write your name in the wrong box. That is the most embarrassing thing.
last name first.
Yeah.
You write your first name.
Yeah, and you have to take it back up there and say, I've already messed it up. Can you give me can I get another one? That is that's terrible. We all mess up at some point, but yeah, if you just blow it, then you've messed up before you even really got started. And written test is next. I assume it's still that way.
CPAT.
Well, let's talk about CPAT. So CPAT catches a lot of people off guard. And I found this out the other day that a lot of states, Ian, I think you were telling me this, maybe, I can't remember, but some states have a statewide standard CPAT. Everybody does the same thing. I can't remember who was talking about that.
Never heard of that.
Somebody here, but I don't remember who it was. But yeah, every CPAT in the state has to meet that same criteria. Ours, I guess it's determined by the authority having jurisdiction. Some of them differ, whatever. A lot of people come in. We see the most failures, I think, from the people who come in buffed up thinking they're fixing to just smoke it.
That's right.
And then we see the scrawny little skinny guys. They usually do smoke it.
Are you talking about me and Ian?
No.
No, just in general. That's for the most part. There's exceptions, of course, but for the most part, it works out that way a lot. But what do you think it is that catches people off guard the most?
There was this one dude who never. So it was the second day and the last person to go. There's this one dude. He was some short fella, shorter than Seth. And he was like, I just got done squatting 400 pounds the other day or whatever. He's like, man, I'm nervous. He was like, I'm gonna go smoke some cigarettes before I go. So I think that's what caught him off guard.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
But I just for me, this job was more than just a job.
Yeah.
So I think that it's just the determination, like the wanting for it, like not just, oh man, it'd be cool, like I believe that we're all put here and for a reason by God, and
yeah,
I feel like it's just that will to want to achieve.
It's not just physically tough; it's mentally tough too.
Absolutely.
Before I applied here, I had applied to another larger department, and for their CPAT, instead of using an actual flight of stairs, they used a Stairmaster.
Yeah.
And they would put a 50-pound vest on you, 10-pound weight on either shoulder, and it was, okay, you're going to do this for 3 minutes, and you're not touching the rails. And half the people that showed up couldn't even do that.
Yeah.
So people don't realize how tough it can be, but like Chandler said, it's very much a mental game. It's like, you only got to do it 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, just do it.
Let's get through it.
A lot of people will neglect their cardio.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
You said, that someone who can come in and bench 400 pounds and then is gassed after 2 flights of stairs.
Yeah. I mean, you've got to have some strength about you, but I think the cardio is the biggest part of it.
Yeah.
Just being able to keep going.
I think it's the mixture, because some people focus only on cardio.
Yeah.
then others only on strength.
They get to the dummy, and then they're
the amount you're lifting while moving is what I think gets most people.
That makes sense.
It's like us in gear is completely different. You're 60 plus pounds heavier.
Yeah.
And you get tired after like 5 minutes.
Yeah. I remember when I run mine, because you do the hard stuff. You drag the dummy, drag the charge hose line, do all that stuff. And then you end up over there rolling the hose for 200 feet. And that is so simple. There's nothing to it. You ain't even got to pick it up. You just roll it. That was the hardest part of the CPAT to me, because I'm gassed and I'm sucking wind and I can't breathe because I'm bent over.
You got to drop your butt.
Yeah.
You got to drop
it
down.
Taller people, it's even worse.
Yeah. The taller you are, the harder it is. Yeah. But I remember getting to a point like, and I don't remember exactly where it was through that CPAP, but getting to a point like, all right, how bad do I want this? Because it's tough. And you either get to that point there, or you get to it at usually some point in rookie school where you start, and we've talked about this before, but where you start thinking, all right, it'd be a lot easier to go back to what I was doing. Do I really want to keep doing this? And I think if you're meant to be here, you push through it, because usually those points where we hit that wall, it's all mental. Mine was in the Connex, hung up and running out of air and controlled environment, but it was in my head.
Yep.
I was stuck. So I think at some point we all hit that little wall. Anybody else? Y'all got anything?
I think it's a lot, like kind of going to the athletic side. It's the way you're moving your body. Like people lift, people run.
Nothing's easy.
Yeah, but you're not. It's different. You could be a weight room junkie, be the strongest guy on the football field, but you're one of the worst ones on the field in terms of actually performing. All this job is performing.
Yeah.
So it's being able to move your body in different ways. You're using muscles you have to use
awkward ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what gets people, because, like we've been saying, you can kind of prepare for it, but there's nothing like actually doing.
Yeah, it's different.
That you have to do during the CPAT, during training that we have, even on the fire safety. Until you're doing it, it can't really replicate it.
Yeah.
Well, the CPAT is 12 minutes now?
Yeah, I think
so. It's 12 minutes of suck. Is what it is. But on a structure fire, you got 10 to 12 minutes of suck.
Yeah.
And then, hopefully you're swapping out with somebody, or hopefully got the fire out by then. But those first 10 or 12 minutes, it's tough.
That's what
real tough.
We work hard in phases. We don't kill it every single day. We don't run multiple structure fires every shift. But we work really, really, really hard in stages. And that takes some getting used to too, because coming into this, I thought, well, if I ain't moving, I ain't making money. I got to be moving. I got to be doing something. Got to be working. It's a little different mindset, but I think that plays a part in catching people off guard too, is the intensity of how we work and then the frequency of how we work that intense. I think I could catch you off guard for sure. Biggest thing, I think my biggest advice for CPAT is pacing.
Yes.
Prep for it and train for it, but don't come out of the gate wide open. Find your pace and just try to keep that pace the whole time. You're going to get slower, but try to keep your pace.
Well, you've got every second of those 12 minutes to get it done.
I was about to say 12 minutes.
Yeah. You
can get it done in 12 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. How would you prep for the written test? Because the initial very first written test that you take here is not fire service related test. It's more aptitude test. Yeah.
I would say it's more like, I don't want to downplay it, but I kind of see it. Yeah. It's just kind of like, hey, can you read this and actually comprehend what you're and answer the question? Besides a little bit of math.
The comprehension wasn't any trouble, but I stupidly enough went back and double checked. Can I remember how to do long division by hand? Thankfully, I did.
And since you're a retired astrophysicist, you didn't really have a problem with that.
Well, the math part got me.
Oh, I have no idea if I got any of the math correct.
On the written test.
Did we have a written test?
Well, we had work ready test. Did you have to go do that?
Yeah. Work ready.
I had
That's
to go
exactly
to
what they
West
called
Georgia to a college, and I can't remember what I was on it, but you scored like silver, gold,
Yep.
platinum, maybe, and it was set up in that same way where it was like math, comprehension.
I do
reading.
remember that now.
Yeah,
I think I got like brass.
Probably the same thing. Yeah, just a standard test that.
What they're talking about is back in 1802, whenever they were born.
Yeah, right before I died of dysentery.
I think it's more of a psychological thing.
It may be.
And it's more like, yes, I mean, you probably need to pass the test, but half of our job here is psychological. And so if you can't calm yourself down and just do a simple test,
Yeah.
Things like that, kind of work yourself through it, that's going to kind of show, obviously, later on, well, this may not be the best candidate. So my advice would be just kind of go in with an even head, cool, calm, try and be collected. Obviously, it's going to be stressful. You're going for a job you want, but try and just keep in the back of your head, all right, this isn't going to be the hardest part of me going through becoming a fireman. This is just the next step. And as long as you keep that thought process going, I think you'll end up better off afterwards as well.
Yeah. Well, I think they test you like on the application stuff. It's kind of the professional introduction. You see how you can do a resume and see how you fill your stuff out, and if you're a professional, and then you're tested over the physical side and some psychological stuff with a CPAT, and then the written test, kind of seeing how you work through that stuff, and then interviews, and it's all testing a different part of you. But yeah, on the written, stay calm. It's should be simple stuff. It's nothing in-depth fire related. And we get into that sometimes going to classes. We think going to the class, we should already know a bunch of stuff. That's why we're going. Nobody wants to go look like a idiot, obviously, but we can't let that get in our head either. So on the interviews, I want to touch on this pretty good because one of the messages I got was specifically about interviews going into this process. But where do you think people lose it in the interview? It just goes sideways. What do you think they missed or they should have prepped on?
They're not used to having to sit in front of 8 to 12, 10 people staring at you and kind of put on the spot.
Yeah.
That kind of activates people's fight or flight instinct.
Yeah, I agree with
that. Definitely could be intimidating.
Yes.
If you've never been put in that situation.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of guys just sitting there staring at you, waiting on you to answer.
Yeah.
And give them the answer they want to hear.
We've heard some crazy stuff in interviews. And I think it's people try to fill their time up by talking, and they get to a point where they don't even make sense. Mm-hmm. Like they're just rambling to say stuff.
I think it's also there's all these videos online, like how to do these interviews, and they're like, hey, set yourself apart. And I'm like, everyone is now trying to set themselves apart. They all sound the same now.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
Something I noticed on interviews, and I don't condone somebody being arrogant, but you have to go into it with some self-confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Don't walk in there like you own the room, obviously, but you've got to go into it with some self-confidence and let them know that you're comfortable being there. Maybe not comfortable, but you're confident being there. You're confident in being able to handle yourself through that situation because it is nerve-wracking.
Yep, I agree.
Oh, it was the worst part going into it.
Honestly, I always treat these interviews as a conversation.
Yes.
It's you're being interviewed and they want to get to know you, but at the same time, you're getting to know the person that's interviewing. You're learning more about the job from people that have actually done it rather than just like a third party.
Yeah.
So you just sit down, they're going to have certain questions and bring questions of your own, right? This is your chance.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is you ask them questions at the end, and it makes you seem like you're interested.
Yeah.
You want to know more, you learn more about it.
And if you've wanted this job, you've done some basic research. So you should be able to talk kind of on their level. Like I made a point when I was being interviewed of talking about the different colored hydrant tops around the city. I was like, hey, could you tell me more about that? Because I've seen those going on. And that was a great way to kind of broach into the fire department and the work they do outside of just fighting fires.
There's so much information now online. about every department other than maybe some little tiny rural department, but know something about that department when you go into interviews. Because every interview you ever have, you'll have an opportunity to say something. Say something. And if it's that initial first interview, yeah, ask a question about the department or make a statement about the department, just so they know where you're at and that, okay, he's been looking into us and doing some research on stuff. Yep. And again, stay calm. They can't eat you. I mean, we're all human, you know. Everybody on the panel has sat in the seat you're sitting in at some point. They know it's nerve-wracking. They're trying to rattle you a little bit. And I'm going to throw this out just for whatever. If you walk in an interview room and there's a wadded up piece of paper on the floor, you better pick the piece of paper up. Don't leave the crap laying there.
Pick it up.
There may be other things too, but I'll throw that one out. It's all about testing you.
Sit up straight. Good posture.
Sit straight. Good posture, just like your grandmother told you.
Don't lean back. Cross your legs. And
That's what I was. Dress like you want the job.
Yeah.
Dress. And you are a professional approaching a professional organization. If you're dressed in like your dirtiest ripped jeans, and you got scuffs all over your shoes, what is that showing about you?
I would at a minimum say a collared shirt.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
What about if a guy? What would y'all think about if a guy just got off of work, like, and it was a long day, and like he literally just got off and he wasn't about to make it, and he showed up in like dirty clothes?
Tell us that.
Yeah.
We do this, but we all do stuff outside of this too. We get it. Yeah. If you got off at 3:00 and your interview was at 3:15 and you whatever, tell us that. And people are understanding. They get it. You didn't have time to go put on khakis and a nice shirt.
But people be here more than 15 minutes early.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, just be straight up about it. People understand. That's good stuff. Anything else?
Might have blacked out during my interviews because I can't remember them all.
Do not say Batman is your hero.
Me and Greg had a guy tell us Batman one time.
Mm-hmm.
I promise you.
Are you talking about me? Or?
Batman. It was not you. Did you say that?
No,
he did say that.
Actually.
He told me.
There was another one. Like, me and Greg still talk about it. That is legitimately, that is what he said.
On my defense, I asked him like heroes, like made up or like real life. They said both, so I said Batman.
That's
so it was you.
Because it was Batman, because I said he is a normal dude by day, but by night he puts on his uniform and he was kicks butt. But I didn't say butt, but I said butt 3 times.
Well, the guy that said that to us in their interview said, yeah, man, he does all this cool stuff, but he don't have any powers. Like, he has to work. We all just stared at him like, okay.
Also, $1 billion.
I was about to say, it's amazing how much money you will fix that right there.
All right. So they're not hiring. Let me back up just a second. They shouldn't be hiring the best test taker. It should be, the whole process should come into play. And I think for the most part it is, but the test does not always tell the whole story. We've seen this for people getting hired and promotional stuff and whatever. We want to hire people that will sit at this table with us and have our back and know their job and know their truck and know what they're supposed to do and do it and all that. And sometimes you can't tell that in one hiring process, and you get people that just don't fit. And most of the time they weed themselves out. Sometimes they stay forever. Kind of goes both ways. But final advice. So what's one piece of advice for somebody trying to get hired? Number one, Chandler, your best piece of advice.
Remember why you started.
That's a good one.
There was a point in rookie school, Sambor, we just got done doing a hard workout. And they said, everybody get y'all's turnout gear on and go to the stairs. and it was hard. Like, and I got to the top, and I was sucking wind, and I couldn't breathe, and I had to remember like my reason why.
Yeah.
And I just feel like if you always remember that reason why, even you're gonna have bad days. It's a job at the end of the day, but as long as you remember that reason and you want to help people, and you're here so that you can be that light on somebody's darkest day, then I think that's the best advice I could get.
Good deal. That's good advice.
You talking about like for an interview process too? Or?
Well, just whole process. Somebody that is wanting to get hired here, what's your best piece of advice?
I said it earlier, but I think being punctual, being on time, and just say you turn applications in and it's 2 weeks goes by, you don't hear anything. You can call up here and say, hey, just wondering.
Yeah, just want to follow up.
You can call up here and talk to Chief. You can call up here and talk to somebody. Hey, my name is so-and-so. I'm still, I'm interested, just wondering what's going on, what's happening.
And that may actually help you.
Yeah. It makes it seem like, you are interested in the job.
Yeah, keep your name in their ear.
Even before, things are coming up. Come up here and meet, talk, shake hands, and show that you're interested.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd say probably just effort in general. Like on the CPAT, some of the best ones, they might not have a great time, but seeing how much they put into it and actually finished it when they were obviously spent, I think it's just the effort and everything you do.
Yeah, I agree with that. Determination. Going through the whole process, you're going to hit speed bumps. You might be delayed hearing back from something. You might not do as well on a test as you wanted to do. You might get into the interview and feel like you completely bombed it, but that whole way through, you don't quit. You look at what you want, and you remember that. Just keep going.
Yeah.
I think just go through the process of being yourself. Don't try and be some image of what you think.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what a fireman looks like, or this is what they want from a fireman. Be yourself, and then ultimately, if like we said, we want to breed a culture. We want you to gel with the department. If you're being fake the whole time, it's kind of hard to make that judgment on you.
That's true.
But if you're answering wholeheartedly, giving true to yourself answers, and they may not even be the best answers to the question, but there's no doubt that you answered it how you're going to answer it, then at the end of the day, I feel like that looks better on you than you just giving some politically correct answer of what somebody else wants to hear. It shows kind of like what you said, more of that self-confidence of this is who I am. I'm obviously going to build throughout this whole process, but at the end of the day, it's still up to me, and you got to be your own person to get through it.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I thought about when Carson was giving his answer about the determination. I remember doing a CPAT years ago, and there was a guy that was a truck driver. He came out there to do his CPAT. We were working it, and his wife and his little girl was there.
I remember. And I was there.
He, so the very first thing you do in our CPAT is pull a 3-inch hose 50 feet, maybe 100 feet.
The dry hose.
Dry hose. Yeah, it's not charged or anything. You pull it to a station where you just couple 2 of those together. I think it's 2 3-inches. You just couple them together. So you run the whole CPAT, and then the very last station is uncoupling those 2 hoses. Well, he come out there, and he had a hard time, but he would not quit. And he drove, and he drove, and he drove. And he got to that last station, and he was uncoupling the couplings on that 3-inch and run out of time. He was 3 seconds.
Yeah.
He missed it by. And we talked to him later, and we said, "Hey, man, did you prep for this? Did you get ready?" "No, I drive a truck. I hadn't had time to get ready." He was, and I hated it for him. It was sad because he was all heart, like 100%. Like he was spent, but he wouldn't quit. And that impressed me. And that's kind of what I was talking about a while ago when I said that a test shouldn't determine everything. There's so much more involved in it than that. I like to see somebody in a CPAT, even like you said, if their time's a little slower, they get to a point where they're like, "Man, I can't do it anymore." and you say, dude, you got to grind. How bad do you want this? And they finish the CPAT. Because from that point to the very end, it ain't nothing but heart and drive. And that's what we want to see. Even if it takes you an extra minute, everybody else finishes in 9 and you run it in 10 or 10:30. I want to see you not quit. Like to me, that's the most important part. And it don't matter if it's interviews or written test or CPAT or whatever. Even once you get on the truck, just don't quit. Keep pushing. It's like Stetson said a while ago. It's rough for this short amount of time, but then it'll all be worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still remember Tim being my proctor for the CPAT and then like encouraging me when I was really struggling up on the stations.
Yeah.
So I was kind of stating to me, but yeah, when I did not for
That's something that's always impressed me about this department is when I went through it and then being on the other side working on how encouraging everybody is. Like it's not even being on this side going in there and working on, it's not you're trying to smoke everybody down there. Like everybody is really, really encouraging. And I think it's awesome. I don't think that's the time to smoke people. Encourage them to do their best and push and dig and drive. They're going to get smoked in rookie school. We can do it later, but in that moment, that ain't the time to do it, I don't feel like.
Also, something just to touch on it, something we didn't touch about, going back to preparing, go to the walkthrough day.
Absolutely.
A lot of people don't do it and think, oh, I'm just going to show up and do what they, show up and do it. There are, like you said, the coupling of hoses. It's not just your normal garden hose either. It's a kind of a little bit of a technique. You kind of need to do it once or twice.
Well, us three didn't get a walkthrough today, so I'm
throwing
it out there.
Just knowing how it goes.
Back in the day.
Yeah. And then also, it's kind of to what I said, you can kind of go in even keel. You kind of know what's about to come. You're not surprised around each corner.
Yeah.
If you go through that walkthrough day, they kind of explain what's going on. You can even actually put hands on it that first day too.
Yeah, so put hands on stuff.
Yeah, everything you're going to do, you can actually do it that in the practice round or practice day or whatever. Put your hands on it, drag it, lift it, roll it.
Yeah, our dummy's 180.
I think it's 175.
175. That's heavy.
It's dang heavy.
The charged hose is heavy. The hydraulic tools can be heavy, especially after you're spent from everything else. Put hands on them and see what it feels like if you ain't never done it before. All right, that's as real as it gets. That's good stuff. So, kind of pivoting away from that initial phase, what do y'all think makes a good crew? From a bird's eye view, the whole entire crew. What makes a good crew?
Everyone knows their job.
Okay, that's a good one.
You got to like each other.
Yeah, that helps.
That's important.
Yeah, that does help for sure.
Staying together.
I've had crews that we didn't.
And
it was weird.
Come out for supper and then go back to the room. Staying together, playing, just doing silly things.
Playing video games together.
I feel called out.
Don't go to your room by yourself and play video games all day.
Yeah,
it's never by ourselves, man.
I'll say it's not to sound sappy or whatever, but love for sure.
No, I agree with that 100%. I think that makes it a little more real.
Yeah.
And
because we're here, we live with each other a third out of the year. Every 3 days we live with each other and stuff. So I expect y'all to have my back, and I know y'all expect me to have your back. We have a dangerous job. If anything goes wrong, expect you to, be there. And whenever time gets tough, like going back to the determination and the process to getting on is, are you going to, whenever it hits the fan and stuff gets real, are you going to quit and run out on your partner laying there, or are you going to drag him out or almost risk your life trying to get him out?
Do what you got to do. Yeah. I think about that last fire that we ran, because me and you made entry and you were putting fire out, but there was a couple of seconds in there that I took a step back to look at something else, and we still talked to each other. We wasn't like across the house from each other, but I know in that moment it was a little bit like you wasn't exactly sure where I was at, even though we probably could have touched each other. Yeah. I was literally 4 feet from you probably. But it was so smoked up you couldn't see nothing. And I know, I mean, you've had, 3 fires now?
4.
Maybe 4?
Yeah.
So it's still, like, you're getting those under your belt. Exposure is everything. But still in that moment, I knew it was a little bit weird for 10 seconds.
It did feel a little weird, and especially the part whenever the hose flopped me on my back, whenever I dropped back after the ceiling fell. Yeah, it felt a little weird then, because then I was soaking wet because it was just hitting the roof and coming back down on me. But I mean, I knew you were right there.
Yeah.
And I mean, every time I got to that point, I was like, I don't know where he's at. I mean, you'd come here and let me know, know where to spray the water and stuff.
And that's the biggest thing, especially in that situation. You can't see each other.
Yeah.
I think Stetson and them was cutting a hole, and this happened within the first 30 seconds of being in the door, because y'all had the hole cut so fast. And then we got that lift. But that's just where that trust comes in. You know, we couldn't see each other. There's a lot of stuff going on, but we both knew, yeah, he's good. He's right there. You know, he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. Stetson and them's on the roof. They're doing everything right. And, you know, you just trust everybody. We spend so much time together, and you learn each other and stuff. So, yeah, good stuff.
I think we all naturally push each other.
Yeah.
Like, even if we're doing training and working out, anything like that, it doesn't feel forced. It's all, we all want each other to do better and be better and be the better person at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And we all kind of get into that same mentality when we're doing that different stuff.
Yeah.
And you kind of notice being on other crews, sometimes they don't really do that for each other. They just kind of show up like it's a job.
Yeah, that's right.
But I feel like, especially with us, we all like to push ourselves, make each other better and be better at the end of the day.
Except for leg day. Y'all try to push me to do that. No.
Chandler hasn't done leg day in months.
Years.
His upper half ain't that appealing either. But
It's all right.
I hop on the row machine. That counts as legs.
I'm just kidding. Y'all got something? Are you good? Okay. All right. Good talk. What do you think? And we'll kind of rapid fire this one real quick. But what do y'all think kills a crew?
Gossip.
Drama.
Good one. Good one.
Bad attitude, yeah. I think that's the worst, actually.
Laziness.
Okay.
I think the laziness leads to bad attitude.
It does. I think it does too.
Bad attitudes suck all the air. It's just not fun to be around.
I think you can sense that sitting on the bench. Like, we've got that bench in the bay where we shift change and we have good conversations and bad conversations. But you can sense it, somebody walking in the door, like, immediately. So, yeah, there's that.
Carson Murray.
Yeah, you can tell when he walks in the door, he's having a terrible day. All right, so I said rapid fire. Here's y'all some rapid fire questions. What's the best firehouse meal? Rapid.
Keith Gordon's fish pasta, whatever, red fish pasta. God, it was good.
Yeah, he put Old Bay in his eggs too.
No, not the eggs.
Shepherd's pie.
The red fish pasta.
Blackwell's chicken and broccoli casserole.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
It's better than mine.
That's good. You make that?
I mean,
I've never had yours.
Here.
I must have been gone.
Chicken
You made
broccoli
it.
rice.
It was good.
Make it like
Wow.
twice a month.
I must be gone.
Well, Carson's gone at least twice a month.
I'd say breakfast. I'm a breakfast guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, breakfast
Regular
is
breakfast, man, is just so good.
good. Yeah, new recipe for biscuits.
Yes. Yep. The new secret recipe. We can't talk about it. Yeah, I think mine's breakfast too. It's just that getting here early and eating together and spending that time together. And there's something about breakfast. It's weird. Reminds me of being a kid, at home and stuff like that. There's just something about it. But yeah, that's probably my favorite one.
It's probably because we cook for all these kids around here.
Probably so, yeah.
Yeah, Chandler.
Bunch of little nerds.
I'm sorry. I'll help with the bacon today.
He got it out of the
He
packet.
cut
ladies
the
and gentlemen.
package.
And he did a good job.
He didn't cut his finger. That's all we can
than
say.
that.
We're praising him.
We had a bird on there standby, but he pulled through. Coy. Oh, my goodness. All right. Worst call type. You ain't got to talk about your worst call that you've run, but the type of worst call. We probably all agree on this one.
Pediatric.
Yeah. Probably mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fortunately haven't had one of those yet.
Yeah.
But that's probably the worst.
They're hard.
You don't want to do that.
It's not fun.
It sounds bad or cold. You expect things to happen to older people, just whether it's life or whatever. But with pediatric patients, man, it ain't never. It's hard.
Another one is it's not necessarily, we expect, it's going to sound bad, but like, older people to die. I mean, it's the way that life works, especially whenever you're older. But
yeah, I just said that.
But it's their significant other.
Yes.
Like the other day, it kind of hit me hard a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
It was like, they've been together for 40, 50 years, he doesn't know what to do now, or she doesn't know what to do now because they've been together so long, they've been sleeping beside each other for however long, and that kind of hit me a little hard the other day.
I run a call. I've mentioned it here before, but wasn't long after I started. Early in the morning, I think it's on Sunday morning, and call comes in for an unresponsive patient. So we get there and walk in, and as we're walking in, you see pictures and stuff sitting around the house, and it's an older man and woman. Their 50th anniversary pictures and stuff. They're hanging on the wall and their kids. Well, we get in there, and the wife, they're in their 80s, maybe they're older, and she's deceased in the bed. And he is sitting in the corner in a chair, just telling us jokes the whole time. And come to find out, he had Alzheimer's, and he didn't even really understand that she had passed away. And like that stuck with me even now. Like I remember it because they had this life together and they raised kids and all of this stuff. And then she's gone, and I know it wasn't something he could help, but he didn't even realize she was gone like that. Mm-hmm. Like that was heavy for a long time.
Well, and I would almost say too, not that pediatrics aren't bad, but I feel like we just run more suicides.
Yeah.
I feel like that almost is slightly worse because of kind of what Chandler said. There's a lot of time there kind of is a family member on scene or somebody on scene who knows the person.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes it doubly worse.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
I think that's I'm weighing because I've been on both sides with both of those type of calls, and it's kind of you don't really know. Pediatrics are the worst, but you run a lot of the suicides.
Yeah.
So.
I think a lot of times it's just seeing the family. Mm-hmm. They're having to deal with what's going on. Yeah, it's terrible. It's sad. But seeing the family left to deal with it is maybe the hardest part for us. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah. Yep.
I think
it's so intentional.
I think too, running someone you know or knew, that sucks too.
Yeah. Yep. I think we're good at disconnecting. Mm-hmm. But if it's somebody you know or your kin to or whatever, you can't disconnect from it. Like you're.
Yeah, that's the cons of if you grow up in the area now that you're at that apartment. Because I ran a call like that the other day, but during the time I had no idea what it was. Yeah. Like, because I think I just compartmentalized this work.
I've done
that.
And
I was told after, and I was like, oh crap, like, I knew him for years.
I run a family member years ago, and I didn't realize it was her until Mindy called me later, and she said, "Hey, you run so and so tonight?" And then I did. I sure did. I drove the ambulance to the hospital, and didn't.
Yeah, people ask how it is seeing that stuff. I'm like, you literally just kind of shut it off. Like if I wasn't at work, it'd be completely different.
Yeah, that's right.
But seeing stuff here, you're at work, so it's just you kind of do your job.
That call was a little different too because
I ran second call with Mr. Murray, and those 3-4 hours afterwards was a lot different post call than our normal post calls. Mostly because we had to sit at the hospital for an extended period.
Yeah.
And so we kept seeing more family room, and it was obviously very extenuating circumstances. It was a very kind of specific situation, but that kind of leaves a different taste in your mouth afterwards because that's not normal.
Yeah.
Kind of like all these other calls that are what's that, low acuity, high risk.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that kind of stick with you. That call turned more into that because of what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Engine or truck?
Engine, baby.
Truck.
Engine.
Truck.
Truckies, we keep them on the far end of the table. I'm an engine guy. I like the engine.
Hey, first in, son. Put that water on that fire.
Right.
I ain't up there cutting no holes in the roof, standing there with a pike pole in my hand.
So you said
But
engine.
you can see
What's
now.
the best seat on the engine?
Backwards for sure,
All right.
because you're in your position. The scene is on you.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure, and I can understand that. Pumping, I don't want to pump. I don't want to drive the truck.
You better get ready.
It's coming, but I don't.
2 weeks.
I don't want to do that. I want to be a dude like, hey, go put a hole in that wall, or hey, go put the water on fire, or hey, find that victim, or do this. You tell me to go do something. I want to do it. I want to be the first one in.
All right. I'll remember that. Stetson, what about you? Best seat?
Oh,
On the truck.
Driver.
Okay.
I'm
Driver for life.
driver, yeah. D4L, driver
That's
for
right.
life.
All right. What about you, Carson?
It's kind of hard to say. I've never been in the position of driving. I don't think I'll hate it by any means. But
I loved
as of
it.
right now, I can only see me, doing firefighter stuff.
Yeah.
Being the guy that's told what to do. That's all I can see myself as.
All right.
Yeah, I haven't been here very long at all, so I haven't had a chance to experience a lot of that stuff. But I'm excited to learn how to drive, how to pump. That really appeals to me. But yeah, I love my job now. I love running backwards. I get to do all sorts of cool stuff, and just do my job really, really well.
Yep. That's good.
I love driving. Driving's fun.
I always loved it too. I did.
You get to do a little bit of everyone's job, I think, as a driver.
Yeah.
Versus other positions, you're kind of stuck to a role. Driver, you can, depending on when you show up or this, that, and another, you can end up doing anything on a scene.
Yeah.
Versus, if you're an officer, you kind of got to lead. If you're a backup fireman, you're going to go to the fire. Shoot, driver, you can kind of.
Depending on when you get there.
Are you wanting to stay freelance? Is that what you're wanting?
Take and choose what you want to do.
Okay. All right.
As long as certain things have been done first.
I got you. What about you?
I'd say driver probably all in all, like he was talking about. It's more universal. Depending on when you get there, you could still be first due in, or second in, and you could go in with your crew, make a tack on that. For Stetson's point, as far as on the truck driving, you get there and you could also roll in and be active in the firefight too. You get to roll up as an officer when they're out. So on them chances you would be first, you could be first in. So all around, driver's probably the most universal.
Yeah. I liked it too. And we have relief drivers, FAOs, where they ride backwards, and then due to staffing or whatever the case is, they may ride up and drive for that day. And then our sergeants drive primarily. That's their job. But if the officer is out, then they step up and they're in the seat that day. So some kind of floating back and forth between those positions. But I always like driving, pumping too. Pumping was always a challenge. Like I wanted to see how good I could do it, and I enjoyed doing that a lot. All right. So this may not apply to the younger of you, but you can answer anyway. What's something you didn't understand your first year that makes sense now?
I think about that.
Is this anything?
Anything.
About the job?
Yep.
I was not good at searching my first year.
Okay.
I get so disoriented whenever I'm in. When I can't see, it's my sense of direction is horrible.
Are you better at it now?
Yes.
That's what matters. I think it takes a while to figure out your search technique.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody does it, and not necessarily with left hand, right hand, but what your search crawl is, how you're going to move, what are you going to take with you. I think that's a little more personal. I think it takes us a little bit to kind of figure out what works for us too. But the disorientation it's not good.
No.
I'd say scene awareness.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good one.
Like whenever we had a OD one time, it was all of us, and Sean was like, "Hey man, why'd you grab that knife out of his pants?" Yeah. And that dude shot up right after we removed the knife. And there was needles laying around. There's other calls like that. And I mean, I'd check, make sure there was no guns around or anything, but I wasn't very precise on making sure this whole scene was safe.
I say learning how to stay cool.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
And calm. And don't let your nerves get the best of you. The adrenaline. Of course, you're going to have adrenaline.
Yeah, no we doubt. Still do. I mean, it don't matter.
But don't let it get the best of you. Just learn how to control it. And don't get tunnel vision and everything that goes along with it.
I've said before, the best feeling is when you get through your first few fires and then you get out of the truck on a fire and you can, not that we're taking our time, but you can work through that process and you can make entry in the door and you can go find the fire and you can watch it for 5 seconds and see what it's doing and remember what you actually seen when you get back to the station.
Because sometimes you don't remember.
No, We had a guy quite a few years ago now. His very first shift, we caught a structure fire at like 9 o'clock. And we caught a hydrant on a main road here in town. Caught the hydrant just like textbook. Laid a line down the road, fought fire, did all that stuff. So we laid that line. He got off the truck, pulled a skid load, and then he got in the back of the truck and sucked O2 the rest of the call. Like he was done. Well, later that day, we get back to the station and we're talking about it. And he said, "Hey, why didn't we catch that hydrant like we're supposed to?" And I said, "We did." And he couldn't remember none of it. Like none of that. I watched him do it and he didn't remember none of it. It's crazy. But yeah, I agree, getting to that point where you kind of settle down, you control yourself a little better and see the scene better. Work through the stuff better.
I thought you were going to say puking.
No, I'm talking about after that. Once you get through that stage. Yours has been going on 3 years now. But
I think those are the two main things you get through early on in your career. Those are the two major things. Everything else is kind of adjacent to that. But call slowing down and then kind of knowing what you're doing are kind of you kind of are starting to figure out this job.
Yeah.
I think those are the big ones off the rip.
And there's still going to be those calls that come in as difficulty breathing and they've been shot multiple times, or comes in as difficulty breathing and you walk around the corner of the house and it is a traumatic injury caused by a camping chair. And that is not what you expected when you walked around the corner of the house. Those calls are still going to happen and you're still going to get that dump when you realize, holy moly, this is not.
Or unknown problem and tree is across the house.
Yeah,
crushed
absolutely.
The house and it's an unknown problem.
Yeah. So there's still going to be those calls that are shockers, not what you're expecting. Because I mentioned this in the last podcast. We try to game plan going, based on what we've done before and what worked last time and what CAD says and all that stuff. But that's not to say when you get there, that's what it's actually going to be. And then you got to change what you're doing. Good deal. That's good stuff. All right. If you had to explain this job in one sentence, how would you do that?
Probably long periods in a mundane, followed by very short periods of the hardest work you'll ever do.
That's a long sentence, but yeah, that makes sense.
I was just going to say awesome.
Okay, that's a short sentence, but that makes sense. No, that's good stuff.
I say every third day is a party with the boys.
Boys club, is that what you're saying?
Well, that's not really a sentence. That's a
Okay.
Did you say one sentence or one word?
I said one sentence.
one word you can
See,
say.
gotta
we're
listen,
already
guys.
back to not following directions. See,
These young guys.
I know it. Like fishing with your brother's kids.
There you go.
All right, Stetson, you got one for us?
Everything's running through my head, but I can't just. What keeps popping out is whatever you learn it to 100% the first time. Don't skate by. Don't halfway learn it and then think later on you're going to catch up and learn the rest of it.
Yeah,
like if you got a question, ask.
Absolutely.
Because you may not get a chance. Something may happen, and you may have to use what you just learned. If you only learned half of it, then you're screwed.
Yeah, that's very true. How many times have we went outside and trained on something and run that call?
Oh, no doubt. What about their training on it?
Yes,
and it happens.
Mm-hmm. And our old training chief used to say that practice does not make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. And I think that kind of goes back to what you're saying. Do what you're doing 100% the right way the whole way through.
Swallow your pride.
Yeah.
Everybody's not perfect. You don't learn it the first time. And if you don't get it, just say, whoa. Just do that again.
Yeah.
Because I did not catch that.
Absolutely.
And you are not going to know everything about this job, even by the time you retire.
No.
You're still going to learn stuff every single
By the time you learn something, it's going to change anyway. Well, good deal. At the end of the day, different experience levels, but we all got the same job. We may have a different role, and our task and priorities might be a little different, but we're all firefighters, from brand new guy to the chief. At heart, we're all firefighters. So, man, that is awesome stuff. This might be one of my favorite episodes because it's just talking, conversation. We're actually at the kitchen table where so many good conversations have happened, like my whole career. So, man, awesome stuff. This job will humble you quick. Well, I appreciate all of you coming on. I got a whole batch of T-shirts to get made now. Y'all hit me all at one time. But I appreciate all of you taking part. And this is the whole crew. This is the truck company and the engine company and the battalion. So, yeah, I appreciate it very much. Thank you for listening to Wind the Q. Stay safe, take care of your crew, and take care of yourself.
Boots hit the floor, jump in our gear. Mask, gloves, door, screaming down the street.
Before we wrap up, if you've gotten value out of this podcast, if it's something that you listen to, that you share, and that you believe in, then there's a way to support it directly. We've set up a monthly support option through Buzzsprout, and that link is in the description. Everything that goes into this, the time, the equipment, the production, it all adds up, and that support helps us keep this thing moving forward and growing. If that's something that you want to be a part of, we appreciate it. And if not, just keep listening, sharing it, send it to your crew. That matters just as much, but we appreciate all of it.